So the last video I set up the hack for solving problems and using the empirical rule. The empirical rule being the 68, 95, 99.7. So if you don't understand that part, you should watch one of the earlier videos. So now that we have this, our numbers all set up in each of these sections of this normal distribution curve, we can easily answer these questions. So here's what you're going to do. Estimate. So just to identify what these numbers actually mean, the mean being 10 will represent the mean number of raisins, or the average number of raisins in selected oatmeal raisin cookies, and then the standard deviation was 1. So that gives us our numbers down here on the bottom. Anyway, so if we want to estimate the probability that the number of raisins is between 11 and 13, you find 11, you find 13, and then you add the two numbers in between. So that would be 13.5 plus 2.35, and that equals, well, it'd be easier to write it below here, so we have 15.85. So we would say 15.85%. So on the Khan Academy problem sets, he always asks for percentages. In fact, he puts the percentage symbol in there. So I wanted to be consistent with that. But if we said, what's the probability that the number of raisins X would be somewhere in between 11 and 13, we would actually answer that by converting the percentage symbol to a decimal by moving the decimal 2 digits to the left. So that would be actually 0.1585. It would be approximately that number, because probability questions are always answered in terms of a number between 0 and 1. So anyway, the bottom line is that guy right there is how we answer the question of as a percentage, and so that's really all there is to it. We'll do a few more examples. If you want to pause the video and try these on your own, I think that'd be really, really wise of you. I'm going to erase some of this extra stuff here. So if you need to rewind the video to do that, to see those numbers again, feel free to do that. And then I don't want to keep those. Oh, maybe I can erase those. Oh, cool. I can erase those. Don't erase the image. Excellent. Okay, so onward to the next problem. Between 8 and 11. So 8 and 11, we identify where's 8, where's 11. So we got that. And we just add up these numbers in between 8 and 11. So each of those sections, that's a 68 plus 13.5. That would be 81.5%. This is, in my opinion, the easiest way to do these problems. So I'm hoping you're enjoying it. If you had no idea how to do these problems, then you should be having fun at this point. Let me erase those markings. And then let's look at part C. Less than 8. What's the probability that the number of raisins is less than 8? Well, again, take our, find 8. And less than 8 means everything to the left of that number. So we're going to add 2.35 to 0.15, and that's just 2.5. So 2.35 plus 0.15 is 2.5. So we would just say 2.5%. And put a nice red box around that. And we will erase this other stuff. And then finally, greater than 13. So do I have to erase anything? Yeah. Let me erase these. So greater than 13, find 13, and then anything to the right of that, because 13 is 3 standard deviations from the mean, to the right of the mean, and the only area left over is this 0.15, so it's just 0.15. Greater than 13, 0.15. And that is it. So that should do it. If you still have questions, please feel free to send me an email or a message through Canvas, and I would be happy to answer them.